Welcome to Pioneer Village. My name is George. I'm one of the blacksmiths here at the village. Today we're going to be talking to you a little bit about our blacksmith shop and showing you how to do a few things. Pioneer Village is right by the Folsom Historic Society headquarters, as well as the museum off of Sutter Street in Folsom, California. Real easy to find us. All you have to do is come down Sutter Street here. You can see Sutter way in the background there. Just take a walk straight on down from Sutter Street, down the hill, towards the river, and you can find us. Hard to miss us because we're right by the Southern Pacific Railroad car, which is one of our great features here in Folsom, and over by the big music stage that was built in recent years here in the Folsom area. So we're going to take a look over here, bringing you into the museum, part of the Folsom History Museum, as well as the California Blacksmith Association and Folsom Historic Society. Give me a moment while I adjust the light. As you can see, it's very dark in the shop. It is a historic blacksmith shop. That was a reproduction of what you might have seen during the gold rush days. We have two forges here. This one is an electric powered blower, recently rebuilt. And then we have another forge over here that is hand crank. And bear with me as I adjust lights so you can see. So we're going to walk on into the forge. And the very first thing we like to remind people is that safety is first here for us. So you can see Anderson has a pair of safety goggles. And as I come into the frame here myself, you'll have an opportunity to watch me build a fire in our forge. And we're going to use this electric blower first here. Electric blower powered forge first. Excuse me while I position this so you can see me work. So over here we have our anvil. That's on our left hand side here. And this is the forge. This is where we're going to be building the fire. Back over here is our workbench. We have another anvil over in this direction as well. But essentially this is where I'm going to be working. So welcome to our first video. So I'm going to be starting a fire here in this forge, and hopefully it'll be educational, especially for those of you that might be interested in blacksmithing. The California Blacksmith Association is one way that you can become a blacksmith. And here in Folsom, California at Pioneer Village is where certifications, or what we call level 1 certification for blacksmithing, can happen for you. So welcome to our forge. So we've always got noise in the background. We've got a grinder going right now. And so when that goes off, it'll be a lot easier to hear me. But generally, this is what you get used to in the forge, noise. It happens a lot. So, getting started. First, you have your kindling and you have your newspaper. This is generally how we start fires. We don't use any kind of accelerant here. It's always essentially matches, newspaper, and wood. Or at least for me. Some people don't even use the wood. They go straight into newspaper with coal. These are all coal operated forges. So first thing that we do is we get our kindling, we get our newspaper, very rudimentarily get your newspaper in the forge. You don't need a lot, simply because the blower will do most of the work for you. So what I do is I build a log cabin configuration in order to start my fire, where you just crisscross your pieces of wood. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but for those of you that have never started a fire, the log cabin configuration is something you can look up on YouTube, generally in most scouting videos. So, most important thing, you gotta have a match. Here we go. mentioned, safety is always first. So, safety goggles as well as gloves. As our fire gets going, we can start putting on some. In this case, we have quite a bit of coal already, as well as coke from previous blacksmith's work. And the fire will get started pretty quickly here. As easy as that. Once you get your fire started, you'll see here that it will burn pretty quickly. See how simple that was? I mentioned that we have an electric blower over here. All right, so I turn that thing on. It gets the fire going. Hard to see here with the backlight, but you'll see that underneath here, we do have quite a bit of mechanics going on to make this happen. So, air comes in through the blower, up through the firebox, and into our fire. All right, so once we get that going, we'll get our tool sets out because it's going to get hot really fast. So for those new blacksmiths that are out there that are looking for those tips and tricks, this is a good way to get your first fire started. Now, you'll notice that we have a very little smoke right now. If I had put some fresh coal on, then we'd have quite a bit of smoke and quite a smoky forge here. We try to avoid that if possible because obviously you don't want to be inhaling that stuff. So, all right, so that's our first set.